I bought this running and driving Tesla from an online insurance auction for only $7,000. I thought I got a great deal, but my hopes and dreams were shattered when the vehicle finally arrived. From the pictures the auction provided, it showed the car turned on and they said that it runs and drives. The damage looked light and I felt that it would be a good car to flip. So I placed a low bid at $7,300, not thinking much of it. Later on in the day, to my surprise, I won the car. I got excited thinking I just got a great car at a great price, but that wasn't really the case. The car came and right away it didn't want to turn on. We tried jumping it, but it was to no avail. The doors wouldn't open either, so we had no choice but to drag it off the trailer. After that, we suspected it just needed a small battery, so we bought a new one from Tesla and swapped the old one thinking it would turn the car on. But yet again, we faced another roadblock. The car still didn't turn on. We were left with no choice but to take it to the Tesla dealership, and they were absolutely no help. They told us right away that they didn't even want to look at the car because it was involved in a previous accident. But after some back and forth, they agreed to diagnose the car, but at a hefty price of $800. I declined their diagnosis, but they did let me know that the car had been offline for 2 years and that it would likely need a new high voltage battery pack. This threw a massive wrench into this flip because the auction took pictures of the car just a month ago of it running and driving, and now all of a sudden they're saying the car has been offline for 2 years and it would need a new $20,000 battery. I thought that maybe this Tesla dealer was bad, so I decided to tow it to another one 3 hours away. And you wouldn't believe what they said. They said the same thing as the previous Tesla dealership and they didn't want to touch the car. Now I spent over $1,000 in transport and still haven't even got a clear answer on what's wrong with the car. Tesla doesn't let anyone work on their cars, yet they didn't want to work on their own car themselves. Make it make sense. So I decided to cut my losses short. I thought it was a lost cause and that there would be no way to get this car up and running if Tesla themselves couldn't help. I took it back to the auction expecting to take a massive loss, but then the unthinkable happened. The pictures that the auction took showed that the car turned on and it runs and drives. I was astonished. How could this auction be able to turn on the car and get in and drive it while Tesla themselves didn't even want to look at it? I needed answers. I went to the auction and I took the car back and I asked them how they did it. The answer they gave me was honestly embarrassing. They simply jumped the battery and it opened up. The mistake I made was only jumping the front terminals to open the hood. I never went to jump the actual battery after opening the hood. I also had reason to believe that they forced the window down and grabbed the key out of it in order for the car to detect the key outside of the car in order for the car to open. But that's just a guess on my end. But now with the new information in mind, I took the car straight to the Tesla Supercharger and connected my jump pack to the car. And voila, open sesame. I was able to open the doors and get into the car. I saw the dash and touchscreen turn on. This is great news. However, the next step was a crucial make or break for this car. Some Teslas you buy from the auction don't allow supercharging, while others do. I didn't know whether this one worked or not, and this could make or break this flip. I pulled up to the charging station with a Tesla on my trailer and made a prayer. I connected the charger and patiently waited. Will it charge? Did Tesla remove supercharging from this car? The suspense was surreal. This is the moment of truth. After what felt like forever, I saw this. Alhamdulillah, the car supercharges. Now I have a running and driving, low mileage Tesla that supercharges. I'm back in business and the flip is back on track. This is episode 3 of flipping a salvage Tesla and this is the final episode. In the end, I did end up selling the car, but it didn't go exactly as planned. Enjoy. I fumbled with the Tesla. I let it sit here for too long, so it died. Well, it didn't die, but it's at like 3%, and I can't make it to the supercharger. So we're getting it towed right now, as you can see. There you go. It's getting towed. So it's getting towed, and I'm gonna tow it to the charging station, charge it up, and then I'm gonna let it sit again. But this time I'm gonna charge it to 100%, inshallah, or maybe like 80 or 90. And then I'm gonna have to start charging it like once every couple of weeks, just so it doesn't die, so I can actually make it there without having to pay a tow truck driver. So yeah, if you're flipping a Tesla, don't forget, it loses power when it's just in there. So here it is. It still runs and drives, that's at like 3% or 2%, so can't really go nowhere. I won't make it to the charging station. Or I might, but I just don't want to risk it, so I just load it up, go to the charging station, charge up, and come back. Oh yeah, we're all loaded up. Alright, y'all, we're at the gas station. Truck driver, you need to get some fuel. Gotta get some fuel. That's the boy right there. Hooking it up. Yes, sir. Gotta get active. Alright, y'all, just pull up to the charging station. As you can see. Gotta unload it. And yeah. Alright, y'all, supercharging, hour and 10 minutes. That's crazy, but it is what it is. We got supercharging, so boom. And now we just wait. I'm gonna go inside. Supercharging. So now, what is it? Now we're just I'm gonna get my book. I got a book in here, and we're gonna read and just chill out for a little bit. So here we go. Here's something interesting I just read. It said, and spend in the cause of Allah, and do not throw yourselves into destruction. And this is from the Quran, and this is the tafsir. This is not about fighting, but about refraining from spending for the sake of Allah, in which case one will be throwing himself into destruction. So basically they're saying, if you don't spend in the cause of Allah, if you don't donate for the sake of Allah, then you are throwing yourself into destruction. So that's interesting. So make sure you guys are donating your money for good causes. Donate to the charities, donate to the poor people, donate to your family, donate to everybody if you have the means to. And do not throw yourself into destruction. All right, y'all, 2:15 on the miles. So yeah, I think we're at like 90 or 85, something like that. So that should be good enough. I don't want to sit here for 25 more minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get going and unplug this right now. Stop charging. There you go. And we are out. We're out of here, yo. Back to the shop. Yo, I'll be honest. Since I've had this car, I don't think I've drove it on the road like on a far distance. Yeah, I don't think I have. So it's actually my first time driving it. So we're about to see how it drives. Hopefully it drives good. But here we go. It's 103 degrees outside. Thank God we have AC. All right, y'all. It's a couple days later. I wasn't able to record, but the Tesla sold. The last clip you saw me when I was driving it from the charging station, my phone died, so I couldn't record anything after, and I just forgot to record after my phone charged up. But anyway, I came back, I parked the car. Somebody came about a week or so after that, and they actually just came yesterday. They bought the car, we sold it. I'm gonna run the numbers with you right now. I apologize again, I wasn't able to record much of it, but I sold the car, it's sold, it's done. Didn't make that much money, to be honest with you guys, but you're about to see right now the numbers, and here we go. All right, so here we go. Here are the numbers. Here's the car from the auction. There's the pictures from the auction. So let's just break it down. We got $82.63 for the car. That's after the fees of the auction. $16.85 for transport. We moved the car way too much. Like from New York to here, to another city 3 hours away, to back, to somewhere else, to the charging station. We spent too much on transport. So we messed up there, but it is what it is. $600 in labor to paint the front bumper and the hood. $340 to a dealer. $176.98 for a new battery. That's a small battery. $140 to the mechanic to install that, and he did something else. Oh, it was the AC as well. $26 AC. I think that was a Freon, and $18.25 some coolant for the car because we needed coolant. So that came out to $11,249.23, and we sold it for $13,500. So that gives us a profit of, it's not much, but $22.50. So $2,250 is a profit and a 20% return on our investment, which is honestly not good. You usually want to shoot for a 50% return on your investment. Anything under that is sort of like just not worth it. It's not enough return on your investment. So, but it is what it is. 20% in how long? I bought the car May 14th and I sold it July 22nd. So 2 months, 10% each month, basically, in return on your investment. The stock market gives you like 10% per year. So even on a bad flip, I way outperformed the stock market. So that's it for this video, and that's it for this entire series. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.